Hi students, we are discussing the diversity in living organism, that is classification. In last class, we discussed the different types of animals and different types of plants. So the characters resembles. If you take in same class, you can see there are different types of characters. We can see height, weight, color, eye, nose, ears, thumb impressions, similarities and dissimilarities. And we also discussed the classification done by biologist till date. Some scientists like Linnaeus in 1735, he divided two kingdoms, that is Vegetabilia and Plantae. There are so many scientists. They said their opinions, they divided the kingdoms like four plants. Now we are following Whittaker. In 1969, the Whittaker divided five kingdoms. But the mostly important is the how the Linnaeus started. In 1730, with Carolus Linnaeus, he started dividing the kingdoms. Plants and the animals he separated, he divided. Plants comes under one category and animals comes under the another category. So for every scientific name, it's carry two names. For example, if you take Homo sapiens, Homo sapiens is a human being scientific name. So in every scientific name, there are two names is there. Two names. One it talks about genus and the second one is talks about species. Genus and species. How the classification of hierarchy takes place. Where it started from the life, domain, kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species is the smallest. Species is the smallest in the hierarchy of classification. For example, like you take Azadirachta indica, Monsifera indica, so mango name, mango tree, Monsifera indica. Always, whether it is a plant's name or it is an animal's name, it carries two names. First one it talks about genus, second one it talks about species. Azadirachta indica, Monsifera indica. So acacia, polacus, there are so many names is there. Like so, this name is first introduced by the Carolus Linnaeus. We discussed in last class how the Linnaeus is divided the plants and the animals. He divided first in 1735 two kingdoms, that is Vegetabilia and Animalia. So how the hierarchy of classification will takes place. So hierarchy of classification. So this is important for the 2 marks question. The hierarchy or hierarchy of classification. Hierarchy of classification. Where it starts? Begin with the life. Let's begin with the life. Then domain. Life, domain. Then second called as kingdom. Kingdom. If you take a Linnaeus, how many kingdom he divided? Two kingdoms, that is plants kingdom and animal kingdoms. Again, the lower part is called phylum, kingdom. After kingdom, can call phylum, then class, then order, class, order, family, class, order, family, then genus, finally species. This is the hierarchy of classification. So, in life, domains, kingdoms, so different types of kingdoms. According to Whittaker, there are 5 kingdoms is there. So, he added fungi, bacteria, Monera, Protista. Phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. So, these plants will belong to this class. These plants will belong to this family. So, these plants will having the genus name and the species name, like mango. So, it have a genus and species. Genus and species. This plant belong to this family according to their flower, according to their structure. So they belong to the family, class, order, phylum and kingdoms. So this is about the hierarchy of classification. Let's begin with the life, domain, kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus. The last one is species. Last one is species. Now we will enter into the 5 kingdoms as written by Whittaker. So the Whittaker 5 kingdoms is going to, now we are going to explain about the 5 kingdoms of the Whittaker. The first one is Monera, second one is Protista, third one is fungi, plants and finally animals. How he explained properly about this Protista and about this Monera is nothing but it's a bacteria. So the fungi and the plants and animals. So from these 3 we can expect 1 4-marks question. Monera is a single cellular organism, one cellular organism, one cellular organism. So in the Monera cell, there is no membranes, there is no nucleus is there in their membrane. Cell have no membranous nucleus. No nucleus. Cell membrane is not bounded with the nucleus. I already we explained in last classes few days back ago, eukaryotic and prokaryotic. Which one have nucleus and which one do not have nucleus. So the membranes not bounded with the nucleus. Then how they will reproduce? This Monera will be reproduced by splitting into 2 organisms. Splitting, reproduction. Reproduced by splitting. From one organism to another organisms. And they will observe the nutritions and the useful materials. They will observe the nutritions and the useful materials from the body from the outside into their body. From the outside into their body. Because they do not have a specific parts in their body, because it's a single cellular organism. So they observe the nutrition from the outside into the body. Outside into the body. So how they will move from one place to the other place? By a locomotory, by the locomotion. Like in their body they have a flagella. Or cilia they have in their body. So they will move from one place to the other place by locomotion. By locomotions, on their body they have a flagella Like chlamydomonas, they have a flagella. Chlamydomonas have a flagella. Like unicellular organisms, they have flagella, they have cilia, like hair-like structure on their body. Through the locomotion, they will move from one place to the another place. Some monorays causes diseases in our body. Some are harmful and some are useful for us. Some are useful for us. The best example is bacteria. The best example is bacteria. Bacteria do not have nucleus. Nucleus is not bounded in their body. So it comes under the prokaryotic cell. It comes under the prokaryotic cells. These are some characteristic structures of the monera. Most moneras are one-celled organisms. So the nucleus is not present in their body. The cell have no membranous nucleus. The monera kingdom is reproduced by splitting into two by binary fission. They capture the nutrition from outside into their body. They move from one place to the another place by locomotion through the flagella and cilia. The best example is bacteria. Best example is bacteria. Next one is Protista. Next one is Protista. So Protista also called as Protista. Protista. Most of these Protista are one-celled organism. One-celled organism. Most of the Protista are one-celled organism. But some of the Protista are more cell in their body. More cells they have. Some are unicellular organism, some are multicellular organisms in Protista. But in Monera, nucleus is not bonding. Nucleus is not there. But in Protista, so their body is, they have a membranous nucleus. Cell have membranous nucleus. They have nucleus in their body. So if the nucleus is not there, comes under the prokaryotic cell. If the nucleus is there, such type of animals comes under the eukaryotic cell. Prokaryotic cell and a eukaryotic cell. So they get, how they will get the food materials? By eating other organism. By eating other organism, they get nutrition into the organisms. So they destroy the animals and they will absorb the nutrition from the other organisms. Protista. Also, some organisms, they get the nutrition from the sunlight and from the water. They get the new energy from the sunlight and from the waters. So they live from a solitary or in the colony. This Protista live in solitary or in a colony. They live in individual or they will live in a group of organisms. Like a number of organisms will present in one groups. They live in solitary or they live in colonies. So these organisms will present inside the cell. For example, the organisms is present in the host. The organisms is present in the host inside the cell. There are some harmful and some are useful also. And this Protista, mostly they are reproduced by splitting. They are reproduced by Splitting by binary figure. Splitting into two. One amoeba will split into two amoeba. We discussed in 8th class how the hydra will be splitting, how the amoeba will be split. Binary fission will take place in the. So the best example of is Protista, and the best example of Protista is amoeba. Paramecium. Amoeba, paramecium and algae. Amoeba, paramecium and algae. This is about the Monera and Protista. So the 2 marks question is very important. The hierarchy of classification is begin with the life, domain, kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus and species. So now we are discussing about the Whittaker classification is divided into 5 kingdoms. In the 5 kingdoms, today we discussed about the 2 kingdoms, that is Monera, one-celled organism. The membrane do not have a nucleus. They reproduce by splitting into 2 organisms. They capture the nutrition from the outside of their body. They move from one place to the other place by locomotions. They have flagella or cilia in their body. The best example is bacteria. The second one is Protista. The Protista is also called as Protista. Protista and Protista. The most of the Protista have a one-celled organism. One-celled example. For example, amoeba had a single-celled organism. Algae, some paramecium, as multi-celled organism also is there. So some are having more cells in their body, multicellular organisms. So cell have a membranous nucleus. They live in solitary or in a colony or a group or a singles. They also reproduce by splitting into 2 organisms. How they will capture the food materials? By eating other organisms. By eating other organisms. Or getting energy from the sunlight and water. They will live. So they reproduce by splitting into 2 by binary fission. The best example is amoeba and paramecium. How the amoeba will move to the pseudopodia? They have a false feet. To the pseudopodia, it will move from one place to the another place. How the paramecium will move? They have to the entire body of the paramecium. They have a cilia. They have a cilia. Through the cilia, it will capture the food materials. It will move from one place to the other place. Algae, they have green pigments in their body. So they have algae is green pigments. We can see in the parts of green substance is there. They can prepare their food materials by directly from the sunlight. Directly from the sunlight. But this amoeba paramecium cannot prepare their own food. This algae can prepare photosynthesis, absorbing photons from the sunlight, water to the waters. They capture the food materials. Okay, students. So today we discuss today homework is write the hierarchy of classification 2 marks question, and these are the very important for 4 marks question, or else they will ask 2 marks question. What is Monera and what is the characters of the Monera? What is the Protista and what is the characters of Protista? And what is the example of Monera and what is the example of Protista? These are comes under the prokaryotic cell because they do not have nucleus. This Protista comes under the eukaryotic because they have nucleus in their body. Okay, student. Thank you. So today homework, write the hierarchy of classification and Monera and Protista. Thank you.